I not only use all the brains that I have, but all I can borrow. If a dog will not come to you, after having looked you in the face, you should go home and examine your conscience. The man who is swimming against the stream knows the strength of it. You are here in order to enable the world to live more amply, with greater vision, with a finer spirit of hope and achievement. You are here to enrich the world. If you want to make enemies, try to change something. Friendship is the only cement that will ever hold the world together. We are citizens of the world. The tragedy of our times is that we do not know this. I would rather lose in a cause that will someday win, than win in a cause that will someday lose. A conservative is a man who sits and thinks, mostly sits. The government, which was designed for the people, has got into the hands of the bosses and their employers, the special interests. An invisible empire has been set up above the forms of democracy. Some people have a large circle of friends, while others have only friends that they like. The seed of revolution is repression. The difference between a strong man and a weak one is that the former does not give up after a defeat. But the right is more precious than peace, and we shall fight for the things which we have always carried nearest our hearts. War isn't declared in the name of God, it is a human affair entirely. Only peace between equals can last. I would rather belong to a poor nation that was free, than to a rich nation that had ceased to be in love with liberty. Of course, like every other man of intelligence and education, I do believe in organic evolution. It surprises me that at this late date such questions should be raised. The world has a habit of going on. No nation is fit to sit in judgment upon any other nation. Just what is it that America stands for? If she stands for one thing more than another, it is for the sovereignty of self-governing people. There is nothing that succeeds in life like boldness, provided you believe you are on the right side. I have found one can never get anything in life that is worthwhile without fighting for it. We should not only use all the brains we have, but all that we can borrow. If I am to speak 10 minutes, I need a week for preparation, if 15 minutes, 3 days, if half an hour, 2 days, if an hour. I am ready now. You know how impossible it is, in short, to have a free nation if it is a military nation, and under military orders. When men take up arms to set other men free, there is something sacred and holy in the warfare. You are not here merely to making a living. You are here in order to enable the world to live more amply, with greater vision, with a finer spirit of hope and achievement. There is more of a nation's politics to be got out of its poetry, than out of all its systematic writers on public affairs and constitutions. There is a price which is too great to pay for peace, and that price can be put in one word. One cannot pay the price of self-respect. We have not given science too big a place in our education, but we have made a perilous mistake in giving it too great. a preponderance in method in every other branch of study. We can afford to exercise the self-restraint of a really great nation, which realizes its own strength and scorns to misuse it. If a dog will not come to you after he has looked you in the face, you should go home and examine your conscience. If a man is a fool, the best thing is to encourage him to advertise the fact by speaking. Freedom exists only where people take care of the government. If Germany won, it would change the course of our civilization and make the United States a military nation, and it would check his policy for a better international ethical code. How is the schoolmaster, the nation, to know which boy needs the whipping? America lives in the heart of every man, everywhere, who wishes to find a region where he will be free to work out his destiny as he chooses. If the colored people made a mistake in voting for me, they ought to correct it. You are here to enrich the world, and you impoverish yourself if you forget the errand. We can have no sympathy with those who seek the power of government to advance their own personal interests or ambitions. The history of liberty is a history of resistance.